Um, the good news is I'm glad that the air sign from a few weeks ago that keeps showing up is finally cleared out of the picture. I'm really happy to see that. What I feel happening in your relationship sector is I see you making an effort to really reach out to another person. So overcoming those emotional barriers, overcoming your sense of hesitation and kind of that sense of stubbornness, that sense of like stubborn pride within yourself to kind of try to make a connection with other people. Okay, so this is great. Whoever you're reaching out to, they're so happy to hear from you. They're so happy to hear from you. And I feel like a whole gamut of emotions is being stirred up within them. And they're also kind of like fantasizing about you as well. So this is the energy that you bring to the table. I have here the Princess of Wands. This is Page of Wands, okay, in the traditional Rider-Waite deck. This is communication. This is sort of like, hey, let's do this, let's do that, let's get out and meet me here, let's meet me there. So making some type of a flirtatious gesture towards another person. And it's in a very playful manner. And it's in a manner that is very non-committal. And I feel like you're communicating with somebody and testing the waters as to how do they feel about me? What are they up to? Are they single? Are they in a relationship? Let me test out the waters. So I feel like for many of you, you're reaching out to a person and I feel like the communication is very light. It's very non-committal, and it's almost like an offer they can't refuse. So I see some of you are like, hey, can I talk to you about this? How do you feel about that? And the communication is just, you know, light, airy. There aren't overly heavy emotional expectations coming from you to them. I'm also seeing this is going to be kind of like the catalyst to get the other person to respond to you. It's almost like strategically, you know how to respond to them, or you know how to ask them questions about things that they are interested in. So for example, if you want to see somebody and you know they're really into sports, you can say you want to watch a football game, you want to watch a soccer match. If you're interested in somebody who loves, for example, Peruvian food, you might ask them, hey, there's a Peruvian restaurant that just opened up. A bunch of friends and I are going to check it out. Do you want to come? So it's almost like giving them an offer. It's like taking the bait, knowing how to bait them, knowing how to hook them. So you're being very crafty and very strategic in the way that you're communicating. The person that you're dealing with, I have here the Two of Pentacles. They're going to be very, very surprised and kind of like thrown off course when they hear this communication from you. It's a little bit more flirtatious than they normally expect it from you. So I have here the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles usually indicates like juggling two options, juggling multiple options, juggling the pros and cons, as well as juggling emotionally, trying to figure out how they feel, okay? The symbolism with the snakes in the picture, I almost feel like a sense of entrapment. So I feel like you're very crafty with your communication and you're giving them an offer that they can't really refuse. And so as a result of it, they're kind of weighing out what you just said and they're weighing out how they feel. And I feel like, you know, pentacles always indicate something solid, something that's going to be built upon. And so I feel like even if they're in another relationship or they're talking to other people, they're going to be coming your way. But either way, I feel like there might be a little bit of a delay when it comes to their response. But when they do respond, they're going to be jumping towards you. Okay, we have here the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is feeling very elated, feeling almost like they have reached that moment of recognition. So I'm hearing come hell or high water, they're going to bounce towards you. So I feel like they're really, really excited about this offer, about the communication. They're going to bite the bait. And so if you're communicating, they're going to return the favor and they're going to communicate with you in a very open and honest way. I see some people here talking to a crush, If you've had difficulties talking to a crush and not knowing what topics to talk about, what to bring up and things like that, you're veering on the safe side, or you have been in the past, by talking about, work, by talking about like, how's your boss? How's your supervisor? How are things at work? How are your coworkers? How's your new job? How's your new work environment? Where are you living? Like, you're veering on the safe side. But this is the week where there's going to be some major breakthroughs in communication. And then as a result of it, I feel like it's going to open up a portal of communication for you where they're coming towards you and they're revealing more of themselves, okay? And from the perspective of your partner, I have here the Lovers. And the Lovers in this card is greatly about the fantasy. So I definitely feel somebody is eyeing you and they see you opening up and being more flirtatious with them. And as a result of it, they're fantasizing about, oh my gosh, is this person interested in me? Can there be a future built between the two of us? So I feel like you're dealing with someone who is very idealistic, who is very, very clear. And I don't see this as like the juggler, where someone is in multiple relationships, or they really do believe in love and commitment, and they do believe in like love at first sight. They do have these very idealistic ideals when it comes to love and relationships. And, they might have been thinking about you for quite some time, because, this person has been asleep dreaming about their one and only for quite some time. And I feel like you're dealing with someone who's also very creative in the creative field, or they have, artistic abilities, they have musical abilities, and they're very much excited about the offer that you have on the table. They're very, very happy to be hearing from you, to the point where they're fantasizing about what could be as a result of this relationship, okay? I also see a sense of distance for some of you who are in long distance relationships, about somebody coming to see you and solidifying some type of plan so that they come see you, you come see them, or you guys meet halfway. So there is a major compromise coming into this spread here in your love sector. The last card we have here is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is walking away from a situation that was very undignified, wanting to, it's sort of like pride getting in the way. And so there might have been stoppage in communication as a result of one person reaching out and not getting the response, and then they start getting defensive and they kind of clam up. So I feel like the energy for you this week is all about playfulness, lightheartedness, communicating in a way where it expresses how you feel by putting your walls down, by not, letting this defensive energy coming in between the communication. So it's like, oh, I communicated. I reached out last time. They didn't respond. So now they need to reach out to me. So you are letting go of that, whole concept about keeping scores and self-isolation, and really letting your partner or your significant other know that it's okay to, you take care of whatever you need to take care of. And when you're ready, you come back to me. So I see like a bridging of that emotional distance happening between you and them. And I feel like it starts out with you communicating with them and letting them know how you feel about them. So pretty much the ball's in your court if you want to, pass it along to the person that you're interested in. Okay. So I still see a very strong air sign vibe here with this spread. Aquarius, Gemini in particular, and Libra. So sun, moon, or rising, they might have, a lot of air in their chart. They might not be someone who is overly emotional, but I feel like they're very enthusiastic. So you know what they like and you know what they don't like. And so, for example, that they like, for example, Peruvian food. Like they like sporting matches. That they're athletic. And that they like, for example, a specific type of movie from a specific era. And so all these things about them, but for whatever reason in the past, you don't really ask them about these things. Like, why do you like these things? And so this is the week where you are strategizing to ask them to get them to be a little bit more, to get them a little bit riled up so that they talk to you about their dreams, their aspirations, and they talk to you about things that they're passionate about. So there is definitely breakthrough in communication coming through to allow you to kind of meet halfway. Meet somebody halfway, somebody that you're interested in, because they're coming at you in a very enthusiastic manner because you communicate with them in a manner that is appropriate to get this person to respond the way you want, okay? In other areas of your life, when I was shuffling out this bottom spread here, I almost feel like, first of all, favoritism. It's the big word that came out when I was shuffling. And I feel like what it denotes is, we all have our biases. We all have our favorites, okay? For those of you who are in some type of a teaching profession, you always have certain kids that you like more than others. You also have, certain kids that are troublemakers, right? And if you're dealing with children in general, if you're dealing with people who are younger, if you're managing a team, there will always be people that you like and people that you don't like. But trying to show more of a poker face, even if you don't like somebody, so that you can help them to, become a better person, so that you can help them reach their full potential. And so they're saying here, work towards a common purpose. Finding and emphasizing the good traits about the other person rather than dwelling on the negative traits that they embody is really going to help you in dealing with the people that you don't like, especially if you are in charge of, in control of their work environment, in control of their professional development. That's going to go a lot further for you, and it's going to show the fact that you're very unbiased, and it's going to show the fact that you're able to shape and mold people, and even the people that you don't like, okay? So I feel like letting your defenses down and especially dwelling on the positive traits about somebody will help you kind of get along with them and to help you develop them so that you can strengthen their weaknesses. Does that make sense? I see a lot of people here working with children, and I see a lot of people grading, performance evaluations, professional development, and you're giving somebody a score. And I feel like naturally you have people that you like, but I feel like you're not seeing them in their full spectrum. You're only seeing a very select few. It's like you're seeing, you have this window into their personality, into their psyche. And I feel like once your opinion is made up about a specific person, this so-and-so is, has a big ego. So-and-so is controlling. So-and-so is a gossip. Once you have already made up your mind, it's really, really hard for you to reform and reshape your opinion. And so my advice is, don't judge too quickly. And I'm seeing a lot of judgment from this card. And I'm also seeing like premature judgment will not only be detrimental to that professional relationship, but it can also affect who you give the projects to, who you take under your wings. Okay, so be careful about that. The other message that I'm seeing here as well is let people learn to do things themselves, okay? The ability for you to learn to delegate, the ability for you to entrust other people with responsibilities, with the mindset that I train them well, so they should be able to do it themselves. And they should be able to do it without, with minimal supervision, so that you're not hoarding all the responsibilities and taking care of everything. So learning to delegate, so you're not wearing yourself out, and also putting yourself in a position where you are trusting that other people will do it right, okay? So I see a big need here for perfectionism. I see a big need here to get things done right. And I feel like you might not trust that other people can do things the way that you want. So you take it upon yourself, and you should give yourself a little bit more credit. I see work being really, really busy for this week. I see many of you are wrapping things up. And I feel like whatever you have been waiting on that has been stalled, where you couldn't move forward with projects, with work endeavors, those things are going to start to clear up. And as a result of it, there's a lot on your plate. So learning to delegate is going to be the smarter solution for this week.